Good morning. How are you guys? I hope you're having an amazing day. I just had breakfast and I'm about to go work out. Gotta be working on my 6 for 6 every day. And I wanted to hop on here and talk to you about something that for me is something I think I've always just intuitively put up with, but didn't necessarily think that it was an actual thing, right? So what I'm going to share with you today is something that I've been learning over the last year or so in my thought coaching program, and it is called 50-50. So first of all, everything in life is 50-50. I choose to believe this. 50% good, 50% bad, right? Now, we always would prefer for everything to be great all of the time. Like, I think most of us just wonder why life is so hard. And we'll say, gosh, I can't believe this is so hard. Like, it must be easier for everyone else, right? Like, raise your hand if you've ever thought that. Like, why is this so hard? Why is my life so hard? Why are my kids so difficult? Why is my business so hard? Why am I not going as fast as somebody else, right? And one of the things that I've just really learned the verbiage for in the last year is that our brain is always looking for what has gone wrong. Like, it's just naturally programmed to look for what has gone wrong. So anytime that something happens in your life, like, oh my gosh, my child needs glasses. And my first thought when Mackenzie was squinting all the time, I was like, oh my gosh, how did I miss this? Was it because I work? Is it because of COVID? Like, what has gone wrong? Nothing had gone wrong. The child just needed glasses, right? So our brain is always looking for what has gone wrong, and it's looking to place blame, and it's trying to figure out how to make it better and to fix it. And it doesn't always mean that something has gone wrong, right? It just means that you have a human brain, and that 50% of the time it's really good, and 50% of the time it's bad. You're going to experience positive emotions 50% of the time, and you're going to experience negative emotions the other 50% of the time. And I see this so often, and I've seen this so many times over the years when people have been building a business in Plexus with me, different leaders that have come and gone over the years. And so many times I see them on a bad day say, oh, I just don't think this is meant to be. Like, I feel like it's just so negative in my life. And they start entertaining these thoughts of like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe it's wrong that I'm doing this. Something has gone wrong because I lost a leader, or my team isn't coming on board, or I'm doing this all alone. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. It must be me. I should quit. That's actually not true, all right? This what's gone wrong mentality is actually what drives progress within us, okay? So what's gone wrong, when you feel your brain and something inside of your brain is like, what's gone wrong, that allows you, it's like that trigger, that catalyst for you to say, I gotta change something. I need to get better. Right? We're never going to completely get rid of the negative emotions all of the time, because that wouldn't be healthy. That's not how our brain is created, right? And so we are meant to have negative experiences half the time, and then positive experiences the other half of the time. This is why yesterday, when my kids had been home for a long, fall break, was last Thursday, Friday. We didn't get home from Mexico until Friday night. So we were with the kids Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off of school. And by last night, Sean and I looked at each other and we were just like, oh my gosh, we are ready for the kids to go back to school. And granted, we were home with the kids from March until August with quarantine, right? And I just remember, even in those long months of quarantine, there were still days where I was like, this is awesome. Like, we're having great family memories and today's really good. And then there would be other days where I was like, this is horrible. And I seriously questioned my judgment on having children because it was so hard some days, right? 50% good, 50% bad. You're always going to see this in your marriage, in your relationships with your kids, with your friends, how you feel about church, how you feel about your business. 50% good, 50% bad. Except what our brains do is when we're feeling the bad, when we're like, oh, this is bad, we go down this rabbit hole and we start circling around the drain and we're like, I shouldn't have had kids. What was I thinking? I got to get out of this. Something has gone wrong. No, nothing went wrong. It's just the 50% bad. And so what I have really been working hard to do over the last year is really try to, allow myself the space to just not fix the negative when it's happening, right? Because we don't want people walking around like robots, like that just are always positive, always happy, good. Like we don't want robots. Yes, Leah, the 50-50 thinking has totally changed me too, like 100% changed my life. We want dynamic, vibrant human beings that 50% of the time have amazing, happy feelings. And then the other 50% of the time, you're like, oh, this is the part where we feel overwhelmed. This is the part where we feel like our business sucks. This is the part where we feel like we're never going to get ahead. This is the part where I don't want to be a mom today, where I wonder why I even had any kids, right? But then there's the other 50% that it's harder for our brain to focus on, right? Yes, Leah said she used to be so surprised every time something bad happened. She couldn't understand why. Right, because it's like, I used to walk around with this expectation that if I was just really good and I did everything perfectly, that I would not have any problems, right? And so then when something bad would happen, I'd be like, but why? Almost like I was entitled to a perfect life if I just did everything perfectly all the time. And that is just not how life is supposed to be, right? And yes, Leah says, now I know it's where I grow. It is. Like when you feel like something has gone wrong, that is actually what drives progress within us, right? So we don't want to be the robot that always does everything perfectly all the time and expects perfection, because that is not realistic. What we want to be is we want to know that half of the time we're going to feel really positive about ourselves, our lives, our plexus business, our relationship with our spouse, the way we feel toward our religion and God and our community and whatever, right? But half of the time, we're also going to feel really negative about it all. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is the longer I've done this business, the more I realize, the more I've just gotten better at understanding that there's always going to be a time in the month where I feel like I'm never going to be able to enroll someone ever again. There's always going to be a time in the month where I feel like, I'm not ever going to make it as far as I want to make it. There's always going to be a time in the month where I'm like, I don't know how to help this leader. And I always try to catch myself when I hear myself using the term, I don't know what to do, because anytime you say, I don't know what to do, it immediately shuts your brain down. So your brain is like, I don't even need to try then. When really you do know what to do, you just need to sit and you need to think about it. So if you ever catch yourself saying like, oh, I don't know what to do, I can't get my business to go forward, I want you to say, I do know what to do. I just have to sit and think about it for a minute. And an idea is going to come and I'm going to try it, right? And what I found myself doing even just a year ago is that when I would come up against some negative feelings, like, oh, I shouldn't, right? I try to get away from that verbiage in my head of, I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't want more. I shouldn't hate my business today. I shouldn't be this happy to not have somebody working. You know what I mean? Like I try to strike the shouldn'ts from my vocabulary, because instead what I've noticed is that when I use that word shouldn't, I'm actually putting a lot of judgment and shame on myself, and that brings more negative emotions. So it just piles it on. It's like pile, negative. And it makes the 50 feel like 75 or 100% of the time, right? When really there's 50% good and there's 50% bad. It's just that simple. So what I try to do, and maybe this will help you as well, is examine and feel your emotions 50% bad and 50% good. So just know like, oh, this is the part where I feel sad. This is the part where I feel all alone. this is just the part where I feel like I'm failing. I remember this. This is familiar. I've felt this way before. What I also remember is that this is just the 50% of the bad. And I know the 50% of the good is coming. It's just not right now. Because right now, this is the part where I feel like I'm failing. This is the part where I feel like I'm not good enough to do this. This is the part where I feel like I'm coming up short, right? And I know, like, instead of judging myself or telling myself I shouldn't feel that way and I should just, put a smile on my face and buck up, buttercup, and just, get better. Like, leaders don't sit, leaders aren't down. Like, those are all thoughts that I used to tell myself is like, leaders aren't down. We have to be up and positive and happy and everything has to be good all the time. And now I'm like, oh, that's not true. Sometimes I just feel like I'm failing and I just let those emotions feel. I'm like, oh, this is what it feels like to feel like I'm failing. Okay, yeah, that sucks. Well, we can either eat a scoop of peanut butter with chocolate chips on top, or we can go exercise. I'm going to try exercise out, see how that makes me feel. By the end of my exercising, I'm like, you know what? I feel like I'm on the 50% good. I feel happy. I feel energetic. I feel like I had some clarity come to my mind, right? So just remember that when you're feeling those down days, when you're experiencing the 50% negative in your business and you're like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be doing this anymore. I want you to be like, oh, this is the part where I feel like I want to quit. This is the 50% negative part of the business. I just got yelled at by 3 people. Got somebody telling me I scammed them. Got someone else telling me my products don't work. Oh, this is just the 50% of the time that sucks. All right. Because what's going to happen tomorrow? Tomorrow is going to be 50% good. Or maybe it's not till next week. Or maybe it's not till next month. But the 50% of the good is going to come. And a perfect example of this, I tell this story all the time. So sorry if you've heard it before, but I'm going to tell it again. When I was a gold ambassador, almost senior gold, I was having a 50% bad day. And I was like, you know what? Everyone in my family's sick. Sean has the flu and I can't get anybody to work this business with me. I feel like I'm failing and I honestly just don't know if I'm cut out for this. And then that night, Sean had a vasovagal reaction to the flu, was unresponsive. We had to call an ambulance. He went to the hospital. He stayed the night at IMC to see a cardiologist. He had to wear an EKG for 3 days. They thought he had a heart attack, but he didn't. Anyway, he looked dead. I thought he was dead. And it was super scary. And literally just a few hours before that happened, I had decided to quit my Plexus business because I was experiencing 50% of the negative that night, right? And there's nothing that gets my butt into gear than needing to create income, right? And so that night when he was hospitalized and almost, in my mind, what I thought almost died, I just received this, I feel like it was like a download from heaven. And it was like, you will not quit. You will provide for your family, and this is how it's going, and Plexus is going to be how it's going to work for you. And now you have to pay off all this medical debt. And so in that moment, I was like, okay, I guess I'm not quitting. And 1 week later, a stranger messaged me on Facebook named Jenny Weilacher because her son had knocked out my son's tooth at recess, and she wanted to get them together for a play date. And when we were talking about arranging what day we were going to have them get together, it came up that her husband worked from home and I had just done a training, Journey 101, from Amy Paul and Stephanie Abrams, who are our Diamond Uplines. They used to provide all of our trainings for us until we started creating our own, right? And they had said, drop what you do in casual conversation and it might come up. And so I said to her, oh, I work from home too. She said, what do you do? I said, oh, I sell supplements that got rid of my anxiety, depression, and helped me lose weight. How about Tuesday? And she said, wait a minute, that sounds like exactly what I've been looking for. And she sent me her name, social, everything through Messenger. I couldn't get her to get on the phone. I tried so hard. She's the biggest introvert ever. If you don't know Jenny well, it's because she's super shy, but she has the biggest heart and is so incredible. She's an Emerald Ambassador on our team now. Guess what? That was a week after I decided to quit. A week after I was having 50% negative. A week after, that was a big positive. I asked her to post on social media the day that she ordered because I had just watched a training the night before. So I was feeling 50% negative. And what did I do? Apparently I immersed myself in trainings for the next week. So I did the training that my uplines were offering. We have momentum movement coming up. Starts 1 week from 1 week from yesterday. Are you registered yet? Get registered. TheMomentumMakers.com. You can get registered. Our team has a discount code. I'll put it in the comments here for you. If you're not, if you have someone that's not on our team, they can register $149 to do the training. Starts a week from yesterday. So it starts October 26th, and then we start the actual webinars on November 2nd. But we're opening the group up before. When I was experiencing 50% bad, what did I do? Instead of quitting, I went into activity. I started getting better. I started applying myself. I learned new skills and then I tried them. So I did the training. They said, bring up what you do in conversation. So I did that. And then the video that I'd watched the night before from Sarah Taylor that said, ask people to post the day they ordered. I tried it out on Jenny. I figured she's a stranger. If she turns me down, what have I got to lose? And so I asked her, I didn't even ask her to post it with a picture. I was like, hey, so after she ordered, I was like, hey, so if you just, put a little 2-liner up on Facebook that says, hey guys, I'm trying this new supplement called Plexus that helped my friend Emily have better sleep, get rid of her sugar cravings, lose weight, and get rid of her anxiety and depression. Does anyone want to do it with me? Jenny Weilacher added 20 people to my team in 30 days. And one of those people was Christy Jex. Oh, you guys, 50% negative, 50% positive. What if you quit on the 50% negative and you are just a week away from massive positive? Guess who else joined my team right around that time? Leah Carlson. She's going to be Emerald here really, really soon. What if I had quit on the 50% negative? No. 50% negative, 50% positive. When you feel like quitting, when you feel like you're failing, I want you to be like, oh, this is the part where I feel like I'm going to quit. This is the part where I feel like I suck. This is the part where I feel alone. This is the part where I feel overwhelmed. It's going to get better. This is the 50% negative. 50% positive is coming. Maybe it's next week. Maybe it's next month. I don't know when it is, but I know that it's a 50-50. You are the person who decides what activity you take when you're in the negative. You're never going to quit in the positive, I promise. If we lived in 100% positive all the time, I'd probably have 12 kids and lost my mind by now because I love having babies. It's why I have 4 of them, right? But wow, the school-aged years are rough. So for me, the baby years were the 50% positive and the school-aged years are 50% negative, except sometimes there's some positive built in there that I really, really like. So on those days, yes, Michelle, I felt like that over the weekend, but I know if I stay in activity, it will all pay off. Yes! You guys, you have access to some of the best training that we have ever created in 5 years. And what I feel is the best training that our company has ever had access to. It is because we have failed and failed and failed, and in that we have succeeded. It's not that our way is the only way, but maybe it's the training and the technique and the skill that you need to try to finally take a turn toward the positive. And here's the thing. When you are doing new training and learning new skills and doing all these things, you're going to experience that 50% negative along with the 50% positive. Abby says that's how she feels too. She got 5 people and then nothing. She needs 5 more to be gold. You're going to do it, Abby. You've got 11 days before the end of the month. You are 100% doing this. You're going to get 2 people to silver. That's going to add 6 people to your team. Bam, done. 50% negative along the path to that and 50% positive. There's going to be some times where you're like, oh yeah, this is the part where nobody's responding. This is the part where I feel like, what in the world am I doing? Right? Remember this, 50% positive, 50% negative. Allow yourself to experience those emotions when they happen, okay? And then look, I have something fun to show you. Who is working to earn their 3 enrollments to get, number one, when you enroll one person this month, you get an extra $25. When you enroll 3 people this month, you get the hand whisk. Look how cool this is, you guys. Plexus sent it to me early so I could show you. Look. It is a professional milk frother. I'm going to be mixing up my kids' pink drink in this, my pink drink in this with my collagen. How cool is that? And then you also get this adorable Tervis cup. These are my favorite. I drink my pink drink in it every morning. But look how cute. It's a gut feeling. And then it says Plexus down here at the bottom. Can you see it? I know there's a glare. How cute is that? I know. I have one more enrollment to earn the whisk. I'm not gonna take this one. I'm gonna force myself to earn the whisk. I need one more enrollment. I have one that's supposed to be signing up this week and then possibly one more. Then, if you get 6, look what you get. You guys, how cool is this? It comes with the blender, the NutriBullet, but it has this added cup with a handle. How cool is that? So amazing, right? So my kids make their shakes in this almost every single day. Sean makes the shake in this every single day. I love these things because you can just grab and go. It comes with a little lid. I love that it has like a mug thing here. How cool is that? So you get all of, does it show here? Oh, this is just showing you the kind of smoothies you can make. But how cool is this? So awesome. So, okay, 3 enrollments, this, and an extra $25. 6 enrollments, all of this, plus this. Winning. This is the 50% positive. The 50% negative might be how you're gonna find the 3 and the 6. Or maybe it's super positive and it's all positive and your negative doesn't come till later. Either way, just expect it. Expect it. So when the bad comes, you can be like, all right, I'm good. I remember this is just the part where we feel this way, right? And the amazing thing about doing this personal growth on yourself is that it's going to make you a better parent. It's going to make you a better sister, brother, husband, wife, daughter, mom, whatever. It's going to make you a better leader. Because when you start to understand this about yourself, you become more valuable to everybody around you, because we're living in a 50-50 world, right? And when I'm down, you're up. And when you're down, I'm up. And if we're both down together, we can be like, this is just the part where we cry. Tomorrow will be better again. You guys, I love you. 11 days left in the month. You've got this. Go to the website, themomentummakers.com. Get registered today. You are not going to want to miss what we have going on in this group. Brooke and I spent 3 hours yesterday planning out the entire month. We've already been writing content all month long, but I'm so excited about what we're doing the week before we even start, because we are going to teach you some new skills on time blocking, time management. We are going to teach you new ways to make a list. We're going to teach you new ways to get your mind centered. And there is so much value in getting yourself ready to get started. So get yourself registered, commit today, and get in the group. The link, the discount link for our team is going to be in the comments here. And then if you have friends who are not on our team, they can go to just the normal website, themomentummakers.com, shop, and put the holiday edition November for $149 in the cart and check out. It's super easy. The Facebook group will open next Monday, October 26th, where we will have a video from Brooke and I to kick it off. And then every single day, we have the most exciting activities and mindset work and schedules and new ways to make a list that are gonna get you ready for a massive November. You guys, I'm so excited and I can't wait to do all of life with you, the 50% bad and the 50% good. I'm so grateful to have you in my court. I'm so grateful to do this work with you, and I love you so much. Have a great day.